Was something new to think about when it comes to your health.
That's right. We're all supposed to worry about what we eat, but a new report from the American Heart Association suggests when you eat is just as important. Here to talk about that, Dr. Mehmet Oz, host of the Dr. Oz Show. So
Hey,
you're
doctor.
telling us it's not you are what you eat, it's you are when you eat.
Turns out it's more and more important. Look, what's really important about this American Heart Association report is that they took the time to write it. There's so much conversation now about the fact that we have a circadian rhythm. We're supposed to eat it sometimes, not at others. It messes with our hormones when we don't do it right. That when we eat becomes an important predictor of what we eat and how much we eat. And you put those together, you might have the recipe for not just weight loss, which is why a lot of folks are watching, but more importantly, risk factors for heart disease like diabetes and high blood pressure, and importantly, cholesterol.
All right, let's start with breakfast because a lot of people do skip it. They think, oh, look, I'll save a couple of hundred calories, I'll have lunch. What does this say about that?
Well, when you look at populations of people who eat breakfast, they're just healthier. They have less cardiovascular risk factors, less problems with high blood pressure and cholesterol and the like. But I spoke to the study author, Dr. St. Ange. She was actually at Columbia University with me, and she was the lead author. And she said, point out that when we actually put people on trials, when we force them to eat breakfast, they don't do better. So what does that mean? It means if you're intentional, if you're planning your day out, that's what's more important. When you eat breakfast, it means you're not going to go for that head fake for something at 11 in the morning because you're like a rodent foraging for food. You've actually planned your day out. Whereas if you skip breakfast, you sort of back your way into what you're going to eat when you first get hungry, and that's not a smart move.
Can I just say one thing, because you just said was this a study? Or is this kind of a gathering of scientific evidence?
Dr. Lauer, it was the latter.
Oh, it was the latter, so it's not a study.
It's not a study.
Okay, all right.
And that's an important observation. Most of the studies that really would prove this are done in rodents. And they have been done. More and more data supports what I'm saying is true in rodents. But to do them in humans, I mean, ask yourself if you're at home, who's going to give up everything they eat for 5 years to figure out if it makes a difference?
When we talk about dinner, a lot of people say you've got to have a certain number of hours between when you finish dinner and when you go to sleep. Does this back that up?
Without question, it's an important factor. And here's what we're learning, and this is again rodent data, Dr. Lauer, that when animals are fed food late at night, they do very poorly. They gain more weight, and we as humans are insulin resistant at night. So eating late at night is a very bad move. Not only do you store the fat you eat the food you eat in the wrong way, like fat, but you also tend to overeat beyond that. Americans eat 19 out of 24 hours these days. We were not designed to eat that for that long a period of time.
Yeah, I remember Oprah saying she stopped eating at like 7 o'clock, so I thought, oh, that's a smart thing to do. And then I looked at it and I thought, well, isn't it all just calories in, calories out? Like if I eat 1,200 calories, no matter when I eat them, isn't it the same thing? Well,
two factors. First of all, it is calories in, calories out in most ways, but you actually eat less food when you take advantage of your circadian rhythm. When you realize that the body doesn't want to digest food. Because think about this, Hoda. If I'm eating a meal at 10...
Why didn't you call me Dr. Hoda? That wasn't nice. Yeah.
Dr. Takvi. If you eat right before bedtime, your brain is saying, you're tired, go to sleep. But your intestines are saying, stay up. You got to digest the food. And when your hormones aren't working with you, they're automatically working against you. So you deposit the food in the wrong places. So although calories in, calories out make a difference, it's easier in life if you automate things so your hormones are supporting the right number of calories in.
What does your fancy rodent-based survey say about this trending thing of intermittent fasting, where people will eat very little one day and then eat normally the next day?
Well, here there is data in humans as well as rodents. And here's what the fancy rodent data as well says. It works. Listen, there's lots of religious traditions around fasting, but more traditionally now, with bodybuilders and the like, and folks losing weight, are fasting by eating 25% of their basic amount every other day or every third day. So a couple times a week, you don't eat the normal calories. It turns out you don't make up the difference by eating extra on the other days. So people do tend to lose weight, and those who lose weight have lower blood pressure problems and lower cholesterol problems. Listen, this is a topic I'm discussing all week on the show. It comes up over and over again. But my personal life, intermittent fasting, at least giving a block of time where you don't eat, like 12 hours a day.
Give your body a break.
Yeah, it reboots your hormones. I think it's a very wise way, and more data supports it.
Okay.
Doc, thank you very much.
Doctors.
We appreciate it. You can see more of this guy right here on the Dr. Oz Show. Check your local listings.
Hello, Today fans. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking that button down there and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives.